And hello and welcome back to Orange City on the campus of Northwestern College as we bring you the third game of the day of the GPAC Conference Tournament. And we will be seeing the visiting Mount Marty Lancers and your Northwestern College Red Raiders. I am Jordan DeSmit, and I will be giving you the call here for this one on Raiders All Access. And I will give you a little bit of information here about both teams. After the first win of the day, Northwestern is at 37-9-1 overall and at a 15-6-1 GPAC record coming in. And that is what put them as a 2 seed and a host for the 2, 3, 6, and 7 seeds here in this tournament. And the winner of this pod will go on to play a best of 3 series on May 7th for the GPAC Softball Tournament Championship Series. And the Raiders had a solid and a GPAC play. They had back-to-back sweeps. First was Dordt on April 26th, then Briar Cliff on the 27th, and they ended conference action with 1 win and a tie against Jamestown on Saturday. And their most recent action earlier this afternoon for the noon game, they beat Concordia convincingly 8-2-0, and Cam Etherington went 5 strong innings, giving up only 5 hits on 4 strikeouts, and 5 Raiders had multi-hit games. They were Bree Giordano, Gwen Michelson, Jordan Kramer, Cam Etherington, and Sydney Isom, and Michelson led the way in that group with 3 RBIs, and Kramer also notched a home run. And I'll talk a little bit about Mount Marty. They're led by first-year head coach Kayla Brandt. She spent last season as a volunteer coach with the University of Memphis softball team and was a graduate assistant for Mount Marty before that. And right now, and coming into this game, her team is at 28-13 overall, and that was good enough to earn them a 3 seed in the tournament. And the Lancers dropped to the 3 seed in the tournament after a rough end to GPAC play. They got swept in a doubleheader against Jamestown on April 28th, and they split a doubleheader against Briar Cliff on May 1st to end their GPAC action. And they obviously put that away coming into this game, and they had a convincing win over the College of St. Mary. Just before this one, they won in 5 innings, 15-3. So both of these teams are impressive at the plate, and we will see multiple batters that are batting over 400 play here today. So we should have some firepower here in this GPAC conference action. I will give you the starting lineups for both teams here. First for Mount Marty. Batting first will be the third baseman, number 25. That is Bailey Corton. And then batting second, the center fielder, number 1, Abigail Thomas. Batting third, the catcher, number 8, Carly Arnold. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 23, Kelly Amezka. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 24, Janaea Castro. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 5, Elizabeth McGill. Batting 7th, the designated player, number 26, Abigail Page. She will be hitting for the pitcher, number 29, Kaylee Rogers. Batting 8th, the left fielder, number 11, Taylor Woolley. And then batting 9th, the right fielder, number 31, Reagan Harper. And now for your Northwestern College Red Raiders. Batting first will be the first baseman, number 24, Jen Bovey. Batting second, the shortstop, number 8, Madison Grotwald. Batting third, the right fielder, number 18, Bree Giordano. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 25, Gwen Michelson. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 5, Jordan Kramer. Batting sixth, the shortstop, the second baseman, number 4, Emily Strasser. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 12, Chloe Gallegos. Batting eighth, the pitcher, number 20, Cam Etherington. And then batting ninth, the left fielder, number 23, Sydney Isom. And Etherington is getting loose here to start Game 3 here today, and I'll give you a little bit of background on both pitchers. And Etherington actually just pitched a 5-inning shutout, like I just said, and her pitching statistics so far, and she is now 20-4 as Etherington, a 1.86 ERA, and that was her 35th appearance, and she has 24 starts. This will be her 25th, and she has 146 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 39 earned runs and 131 strikeouts and 42 walks. And, of course, for the Lancers will be Kaylee Rogers. And I'll give you some of her numbers coming in as after this batter, as the first batter of the game will be number 25, Bailey Cortan, and she swings and misses at the first pitch from Etherington to get underway, as Etherington has an early 0-1 count after the first pitch of game number 3. And the 0-1 is a strike on the outside corner. And Cortan coming into today, she's actually a returning starter. She was batting .388 coming into the first game. She had 14 doubles, 5 triples, and 2 home runs as she pops that one into short right field, and a good play by Emily Strasser for out number 1. She got a good beat on that ball and a great effort and a good little diving play to make the play in shallow right field for out number 1. And that will bring up the center fielder, number 1, Abigail Thomas. And Thomas in the first game went 4 for 4. So a really good batter as she attempts to slap, and looks like that is a called strike number 1. Thomas also had 4 runs scored and an RBI. And the 0-1 pitch is another called strike to bring the count to 0-2. And Thomas coming into the first game today was batting .344, so she definitely improved her numbers there. And the 0-2, that is a foul ball. And we will try the 0-2 count again. Thomas also 2 doubles on the season, up to 5 RBI, on base percentage of .400. And the 0-2 pitch, that is just a bit outside to bring it to a 1-2 count. And Thomas, obviously, she's made quite the improvement from last season. She batted .196 as a starter last year. She pops that one up, shallow left field. Grotwald ranging over, she'll make the catch, as Isom was in there trying to make the grab, but a good play by Grotwald for out number 2. And that will bring up the catcher, number 8, Carly Arnold. Arnold in game 1 went 3 for 3, 8 RBI, as she fouls that one away for strike 1. And Etherington's going to have quite the tough task here in this game. Mentioned earlier, Mount Marty put up 15 on the College of St. Mary. And 8 of those runs were courtesy of Carly Arnold. And that is a foul ball out of play for strike 2. 0-2 count, 2 away, nobody on. Just getting underway here in the top of the first inning. Arnold coming in was actually batting .319, 15 doubles, 3 triples, 6 home runs. She swings at that one, and that will go foul to keep the count at 0-2. And Arnold also a returning honorable mention all-conference selection last season. She was tied for 7th in the conference in home runs coming into today. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 in a 1-2-3 inning for Etherington to start the top of the first. We'll get you the bottom of the first after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web. welcome back to Northwestern College for Game 3 of the GPAC tournament. I'll give you some stats here in the starting pitcher in this one, Kaylee Rogers. And this will be her 11th start. Actually coming in, she had 10 starts, 28 appearances. She has a 10-6 record, two complete games, and an 84 innings pitched. She has an ERA of 4.17. She has given up 50 earned runs on 58 strikeouts and 34 walks. But here is Jen Bovey to start the day for the Raiders as she takes strike one on the outside corner. And Bovey in game one went 1 for 3 with a run scored. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That is another strike on the outside corner. Brings the count to 0-2. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Still a scoreless tie. And the 0-2 to Bovey's high, ball one. Bovey coming into today, one of those 400 batters, batting 407, 18 doubles, 2 triples, and 3 home runs. And the 1-2 is fouled away. Good job of fighting that one off by Bovey. Definitely would have been a borderline strike. So good job of fouling that off, staying alive. Count is still 1-2 with nobody out. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball over to Castro at short. Her throw to first is in time for outs number 1. And that will bring up the shortstop, Madison Grotwald. Grotwald in game 1 went 1 for 2, and she also had a run scored. And the first pitch to her is a ball that just misses the outside part of the plate. And Grotwald coming into today, batting .278. All of her hits being singles. She has 10 RBIs on the year as well. She lays down a bunt. Pitcher Rogers fields, fires to first for outs number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Bree Giordano. And Giordano in game 1 went 2 for 3 with an RBI. Looking to continue that here in their second game as she swings and misses at that off-speed pitch from Rogers for strike 1. And Giordano coming into the day, batting .460. 18 doubles, 6 home runs. As she grounds that one over to Castro, she'll field and fire to first for out number 3. So back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings in the first inning. And we've played 1 complete here in Orange City. We'll take another break and get you the second inning. You are watching Red Raider Softball on the web. And welcome back to Orange City. Red Raider Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Premier Communications, the Van Engelhoven Insurance Agency, Kaspersky Ace Hardware, Diamond Vogel Paint, Iowa State Bank, Pepsi of Siouxland, Northwestern Bank, Orange City Health System, Scooters, and American State Bank. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. So we're getting ready for the top of the second inning, and leading off will be Kelly Amezka, the first baseman, as she takes strike one to fall behind 0-1. And Amezka went 1 for 3 in their first game, walked, had a run scored as well, and the 0-1 pitch is fouled back to the screen. So an 0-2 count as a car horn starts to go off. Now it's turned off. So 0-2 pitch coming here from Etherington to Kelly Amezka. And the 0-2 just misses outside. Not a bad spot from Etherington. And Amezka coming into play today, batting .326. She has 6 doubles, 5 home runs on the year, 23 RBI, and an on-base percentage of .394 as she fouls that one away, and that was a very long foul ball. So count is 1-2 still, with nobody on, nobody out. And the 1-2 pitch, swing in another foul ball down the first baseline. So we will try the 1-2 count again. Still a scoreless tie here in the top of the second inning, and the 1-2 pitch. Amezka thought about offering at it, but thought better. Pitch was high and away for ball 2. And the 2-2 pitch, off speed that just misses the plate, looked a little low. So Amezka works it to a full count after falling behind 0-2. And the payoff pitch. High, ball 4. So Amezka reaches on a full count walk. And that will bring up the shortstop, Janaea Castro. Castro, in their first game, went 0 for 3 with a run scored. She walked as well. And the first pitch to her is low for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Etherington gets one over for a strike there. As Castro coming into today, she's a freshman making a big impact. Batting .290, 8 doubles, 3 triples, also has 4 home runs. And the 1-1 pitch is a fly ball into center. Craming ranging over, she will not make the catch. And it will roll to the wall, and that will be a stand-up double for Janaea Castro to put runners at second and third with still nobody out here in the top of the second inning. And that will bring up the second baseman, Elizabeth McGill, with 2 runners in scoring position. And McGill went 0 for 4 in the first game. One of the only Mount Marty batters not to get a hit. And the first pitch to her, she's going to lay down a bunt, and it drops, and it's going to... Okay, so a run is going to score as Bovey couldn't quite slide it and make the play. She threw it over to first for out number 1, but a run does come in for Mount Marty. And that will bring up the designated player, Abigail Page, with a runner on third base. And the first pitch to her is a strike in the outside corner. And Page coming in, batting .304, 6 doubles, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. And the 0-1 pitch swing and a fly ball into right field. Giordano ranging over. She will not get there. and another run will score, and Page is in with a one-out double, and the Lancers extend their lead to 2-0. And that will bring up the left fielder, Taylor Woolley. Runner at second base. Still only one out here, as we'll see if Etherington can work out of this jam as Woolley lays down a bunt, fielded by Michelson. Her throw to first is in time. The runner does advance to third on the play. So Woolley down on a sac bunt in the 5-3 putout, and that will bring up the right fielder Reagan Harper with a runner at third. And 2 away. And the first pitch to Harper is on the outside corner for strike 1. Harper went 2 for 3, had 2 runs scored, and it drove in a run. In Mount Marty's first game, faces an 0-1 count here. And that is another strike in the outside corner. Etherington works ahead 0-2. Harper coming into the day today, batting .279. She's 12 for 43 at the plate as she fouls that one off down the third base line. Harper 2 doubles, 3 RBI. Etherington looking to shut the door on the top of the second inning. And the 0-2 pitch is outside for ball 1. One and 2 count, 2 away, runner at third, and that is ball number 2 to even it up at 2-2. And we're going to have a mound visit for Etherington as the infield converges in the pitching circle. And Red Raider Madison Grotwald is a nursing major. Did you know Northwestern's nursing program has been ranked in the top 20% in the top 20% by Nursing Schools Almanac? Raiders stand out. And Raider fans, help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/join-RAA to join today. And the mound visit breaks up, and we'll see if Etherington can finish off Harper. 2-2 count, 2 away, top of the second inning. Mount Marty leads 2-0. With a runner at third base. And the 2-2 just misses the outside corner of the plate. So Harper works it to a full count. And a big pitch coming up here from Etherington. And the payoff pitch, swinging a ground ball over to Grotwald, and her throw is in time to get Harper at first. We have played 1.5 here in Orange City. We will get you the bottom of the second after this. You are watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
I came to Northwestern to compete at a high level, get a Christ-centered education, and prepare myself for life after college.
I love the community and alumni support we get at our games.
By joining the team behind the team, you help Northwestern compete for conference and national titles.
My goal is to praise God with the gifts He has given me to compete in the sport I love.
Your support helps me be a part of the winning tradition of Red Raider Nation.
Thank you for sharing your gifts with us. Go Raiders!
Welcome back to Orange City. Mount Marty put up 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Raiders need an answer, and leading off the inning will be Gwen Michelson, the third baseman. And Michelson in game 1 went 2 for 3, had 3 RBIs. I mentioned that earlier as she takes ball 1. And Michelson coming in, batting .403, 15 doubles, 1 triple. As she takes ball 2 outside, as she works ahead in the count. Michelson also has 1 triple, 5 home runs coming into play today. And her batting average actually jumped to .409 after her performance in the first game as she takes strike 1 on the inside corner. And the 2-1 to Michelson, swinging a ground ball over to third, fielded by Cortan, and her throw to first is in time to get Gwen Michelson for out number 1. Now here's Jordan Kramer, the Raiders center fielder. And Kramer in game 1 went 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. She had a home run in the first game as well. She takes strike 1. Kramer's batting average coming into this game, .366. She has 8 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs on the year. As she takes strike 2 on the outside corner. And Kramer falls behind 0-2. Nobody on, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the second, Raiders down 2-0, and the 0-2 pitch is a foul ball off the foot of Kramer. Kramer will try to walk it off. So Kramer steps back in. 0-2 count, 1 away. And the 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball in there for strike 3. And Kramer down looking for the second out of the bottom of the second inning. That will bring up the second baseman, Emily Strasser. And the first pitch to Strasser is inside for ball 1. Strasser in game 1 went 0 for 3. Looking to turn it around here in game 2. And the 1-0. Inside ball 2. Strasser's batting average at .319. She has 11 doubles and 2 home runs on the season. And the 2-0 pitch is ball number 3, missing a little low. Raiders need base runners, so I'm assuming that Strasser will be taking all the way here. And the 3-0 is a strike right down the heart of the plate to bring it to 3-1. So hitter's count here for Strasser. We'll see if she can take advantage. And here's the 3-1 pitch, swinging a base hit down the third base line, just out of the reach of Corton at third. And so Strasser is aboard with a 2-out single. And that'll bring up the catcher, Chloe Gallegos. And Galagos went 0 for 2. She walked and had a run scored in game 1 as she looks at ball 1. And Galagos coming into this game batting .331, 11 doubles, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs on the year. And the 1-0 is a little low. Brings the count to 2-0. So runner at first, 2 away, bottom of the second inning. Raiders down 2-0 as Galagos looks at strike 1 on the inside corner. So 2-1's the count, 2 away. And the 2-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball off the glove of the pitcher Rogers, and everybody's going to be safe. As the Raiders have 2 on with 2 away. Now here's Cam Etherington looking to help herself here. And Etherington had a 2-hit game in the first game. She went 2 for 3. And Etherington coming into the game batting .322. 7 doubles, 1 triple, 23 RBIs as she looks at strike 1 at the letters. A 1 pitch, big at bat here for the Raiders. And that is a ball in the dirt as Strasser kind of got a big secondary lead off second. Catcher making sure she's not going anywhere. So 1-1 is the count to Etherington. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Rogers, swinging a fly ball into right field. That is going to be caught by the right fielder Harper for out number 3. So Rogers gets out of a jam there in the bottom of the second inning. We will get you the top of the third after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
Members of the Raider Athletics Association support Northwestern student athletes through gifts that fund scholarships and facility improvements. When you join the team behind the team, you are helping our student athletes continue to stand out. Join today. Go Raiders!
And welcome back to Northwestern. And did you know Northwestern is recognized by U.S. News as a top performer for social mobility for a proven ability to help economically disadvantaged students graduate? Raiders stand out. And we have some changes in the field for the Raiders. Now pitching will be Kate Kralik, and then Etherington moved over to left field. And Kralik on the season, this will be your 34th appearance, as the first pitch is a pop-up in the infield that's caught by Emily Strasser. And Bailey Corton pops out to Strasser actually for the second time of the game already. And Kralik has an ERA of .250 and a record of 17-4 coming in. And a bunt attempt. I believe, let's see what they're going to call. And they're going to say no swing. And they're going to talk about it a little further here. So it's going to be 1-0 to Abigail Thomas. And some more numbers on Kralik. In 142 2/3 innings pitched, she's given up 51 earned runs, 151 strikeouts, and 34 walks. And the 1-0 is a called strike one to even the count at 1-1. And Thomas popped out to the shortstop Grotwald back in the first, and she'll get her bunt down here, fielded by Bovey. Her throw to first is not in time. That's what makes Thomas so dangerous. She uses her speed to get on base. That was a perfect bunt and a perfect placement for that, as Thomas reaches on the bunt base hit. And that will bring up the catcher, Carly Arnold. And Arnold struck out back in the first. Has one away with the runner on first base here in the top of the third, as first pitch is a ball outside as Gallegos checked the runner at first. And the 1-0 is a called strike on the outside corner to even it up at 1-1. And obviously a really fast runner over there at first. So we got to be careful with Abigail Thomas. And the 1-1 is a strike two on the outside corner, brings the count to 1-2. And you can see Gallegos really concerned about that runner on first. And the 1-2 is a foul ball out of play. And we will try the 1-2 count once again. And the 1-2 pitch again, another foul ball back to the screen. We've seen this a few times, these Mount Marty batters being tough at the plate with two strikes. We've seen a few batters work it to full counts. So these Mount Marty batters, I mean, what probably makes them so good is they're so tough to get out with two strikes, as that is a ball just off the plate to even it up at 2-2. So 2-2 count, one away, runner at first. Here's a 2-2 pitch outside, and we have another full count to a Mount Marty batter. And the payoff pitch from Kralik, swing and a miss, strike three. And Kralik gets Arnold out swinging. That's her second strikeout of the game. And that will bring up the first baseman, Kelly Amezka. She walked back in the second and came around to score. And Kralik looking to put an end to the inning and give the Raider bats a chance to score. And the runner goes, throw down to second is not in time. So a stolen base by Abigail Thomas. And the Lancers have a runner in scoring position here with two away. Pitch was called a strike. 0-1 is the count. And the 0-1 pitch swinging a foul ball back to the screen. 4 strike 2. And a common theme we've seen so far, the Raider pitchers have worked ahead for the most part on these Mount Marty batters. But again, these Lancer batters are just really a tough out to get with 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. That is outside, ball 1. One, 2 is the count. Here is the 1-2 pitch. That is outside, ball 2. Evens it up at 2-2. Kralik known for her strikeouts. She has 100, I believe it was 51 of them coming in. We'll see if she can get one here. She's third in the conference in strikeouts, as she gets a strikeout right there on the inside corner to end the inning. And we will get you the bottom of the third after this. You are watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
Bouncing, spins into the lane, throws it down.
Northwestern College is top ranked for academics and an athletic powerhouse. But we do more than win championships. Our coaches and staff are committed to honoring Christ through excellence in athletics. We develop Raiders who stand out in competition and the classroom. The Raider Athletics Association provides resources that help us recruit the very best student athletes. Become a member by making a gift that will enhance the student-athlete experience, fund scholarships, and continue to improve facilities. Be a part of the team behind the team. Join today. Thank you, and go Raiders.
Orange Health System, Pizza Ranch, Trans OVA Genetics, and BSN Sports. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. And now batting for the Raiders will be Sydney Isom. This will be her first at-bat of the game, looking to get some offense going here for the Raiders. And the first pitch to her is a strike on the outside corner. And Isom homered in the first game. She went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the 0-1 is a ball low. And Isom coming into the game, actually batting .467. She was 7 for 15. Now she takes ball 2. So count is 2-1, nobody on, nobody out, just getting underway here in the bottom of the third. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. So count even at 2-2. Isom trying to get some offense going here for the Raiders as they try to even up the score, down 2-0. That's a swing and a miss. Drop third strike, and the throw to first will complete the strikeout for outs number 1. So here comes Jen Bovey. Bovey grounded out to the shortstop her first time up. This is the top of the order for the Raiders, looking to make some noise here in the third. And the first pitch to Bovey is inside, ball 1. And the 1-0 to Bovey is just a little bit low. And Bovey works ahead, and this is not a batter you want to fall behind on. Bovey's a good enough batter to make you pay. So 2-0 the count. Here is a 2-0 pitch. That is a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Not a bad idea for Bovey to be taking there. This is still her count. We'll see how aggressive she is. And the 2-1 pitch, that is low, ball 3. Three-one count, one away, nobody on here in the bottom of the third for the Raiders. And here's a 3-1 pitch, swing and a tapper foul, I think. Yes, they are going to call that a foul ball. So count is full to Jen Bovey, the Raider first baseman. And the payoff pitch from Rogers. Foul ball down the third base line. So we will try that 3-2 count again. So one away still. Jen Bovee at the plate facing a 3-2 count. Here is the 3-2 pitch. That is a line drive that's going to land for a base hit. And Bovee's going to get at least a double out of that, and she will. Sliding into second with a one-out double for the Raiders. So the Raiders get a base runner in scoring position for Madison Grotwald, the shortstop. And she tried to bunt her way on in the first, as she usually does, and got thrown out at first base. And the first pitch to Grotwald is outside, ball one. And Grotwald just does a really good job of getting on base coming into the game today. On base percentage at .347. She's walked 11 times. As she tries to get a bunt down the third base line. The throw to first is in time, but she does advance Jen Bovee to third. So sack bunt for Madison Grotwald. Now here's Bree Giordano. She grounded out to short her first time up. And Giordano, 6 home runs on the year. Would be really awesome to get another one here. And the first pitch to her is a strike on the inside corner for strike one. And after Giordano's really good game in the first game of the day, her batting average up to .464. She has 52 RBIs on the season as she swings and misses at that one for strike two. So a big pitch coming up here for both sides. .0-2 count, 2 away, runner at third for the Raiders, down 2-0. And the 0-2 pitch outside. Brings the count to 1-2. Not a bad spot from Rogers, especially on an 0-2 pitch. Trying to get Giordano to chase. Didn't bite. And the 1-2. High. And a fly ball into right field, shallow right field that's going to drop for a base hit. And a run scores for Northwestern. And that'll go down as a line drive in the scorebook. But a run scores here for the Raiders. As Giordano just found a soft spot in right field. And the Raiders get a much-needed run. And Gwen Michelson now up to bat for the Raiders. Grounded out to third base to lead off the bottom of the second inning, her first time up. And that's a ground ball over to second. That's under the glove of the second baseman, McGill. And both runners will be safe as Giordano will stay at second, Michelson at first. So a 2-out single for Michelson and some good 2-out hitting here for the Raiders, and they have 2 on for Jordan Kramer. And they're going to go ahead and have a quick meeting in the circle. And Raider fans, no matter your age or ability, the CNOS Sports Medicine team can help you stay healthy, prevent injuries, and strengthen your game. CNOS, improving health. And Jordan Kramer's been on a hot streak lately. I mentioned, I believe she just got a home run in the first game. She has 4 home runs on the year, and I believe a lot of those in the second half of the season. As she takes, I believe, ball one. She has a golden RBI opportunity here for the Raiders. And the 1-0 is a ground ball over to third, fielded, and she will step on third for the force out for out number 3. So we have played 3 complete here in Orange City. We will get you the top of the 4th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
You belong at Northwestern. You'll be equipped for your career, for God's call on your life, for success, for significance, because you'll be a Raider, and Raiders stand out.
And welcome back to Orange City. And Red Raider Erica McKinney is a genetics major. Did you know Northwestern is just one of 3 institutions in Iowa participating in the CPHAGES program that gives students elite research opportunities? Raiders stand out. And Raiders get a run in the bottom of the 3rd to cut the Mount Marty lead to 2-1. That'll bring up Janaea Castro here in the top of the 4th as she sees strike number 1. Castro had an RBI double. Actually, take that back. It was not an RBI double, but she had a double. Eventually came around to score as she looks at ball 1 to even it up at 1-1.
Steve, did you create the next game, the 6 o'clock too, or no? Not yet. Okay.
So nobody on, nobody out here to start the top of the 4th. And here's a 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. So Kralik works ahead, 1-2. On the Mount Marty shortstop, Janaea Castro, that is a foul ball back to the screen. And we'll try the 1-2 pitch again. Here's the 1-2, that's in the dirt to even it up at 2-2. And here's a 2-2 from Kralik, swinging a fly ball into center. Kramer ranging over, and she will make the catch for out number 1. And 1 away here for Kralik. That'll bring up the second baseman, Elizabeth McGill. McGill grounded out back in the 2nd, but her ground out actually ended up driving in a run, the first run of the game for the Lancers, as she fouls that away for strike number 1. McGill coming in actually only 4 for 15 at the plate. And she takes a look at ball 1. And coming into the action today, she had 1 home run, and that 1 home run got her sole RBI on the season so far as she looks at ball 2 in the dirt. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a foul ball back to the screen to even the count at 2-2. 1 away, nobody on here in the 3rd game of the GPAC Conference Tournament. And the 2-2 is fouled back to the screen. So we will go ahead and try the 2-2 count again. And the 2-2 from Kralik, swinging another foul ball back to the screen. And McGill, obviously, based on her stats, has not been the starter for the entire year, but it's pretty impressive to see her come in and put together a really good at-bat here. And the 2-2 pitch once again, swing and a miss, strike 3 for out number 2. And that's Kralich's third strikeout of the game so far. And that will bring up the designated player, Abigail Page. And Page drove in the other Mount Marty run as she looks at ball 1, thanks to her RBI double back in the second. And she looks at ball 2 there, and she'll work ahead 2-0 in the count. And the 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike for strike 1 to bring it to a 2-1 count. And the 2-1 is another called strike on the outside corner to even it up at 2-2. And Paige playing really well this year. I think I mentioned earlier she's batting .304 coming in. She got limited action last year. Obviously made the most of her opportunities here, and she swings and misses that one for strike 3 in a big 1-2-3 inning for Kate Kralich. And the Mount Marty lead stays at 2-1. We'll get you the bottom of the 4th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
I came to Northwestern to compete at a high level, get a Christ-centered education, and prepare myself for life after college.
I love the community and alumni support we get at our games.
By joining the team behind the team, you help Northwestern compete for conference and national titles.
My goal is to praise God with the gifts He has given me to play the sport I love.
Your support helps me be a part of a winning tradition of Red Raider Nation.
Thank you for sharing your gifts with us. Go Raiders.
Welcome back to Orange City. Hey Raider fans, Orange City Area Health System is your partner for safe, skilled, and essential services from family medicine to behavioral health, sport medicine to therapy and rehab, surgery to senior care. They offer the right care and the right place at the right time at Orange City Area Health System. And leading off for the Raiders will be Emily Strasser. And the first pitch to Strasser is a fly ball into left field. Woolley ranging over to her right, and she will make the catch for out number 1. That ball just kind of died in left field. I thought it was going a lot farther off the bat. And that will bring up the catcher, Chloe Gallegos. Gallegos back in the second singled and eventually was stranded on first. First pitch to her is high and outside to bring it to a 1-0 count. And the 1-0 to Gallegos is a called ball 2. Gallegos 13 walks on the year. We'll see if she can work one here. And the 2-0 to her is a called strike 1 at the knees and on the inside corner. So 2-1's the count. Here's a 2-1 pitch, swinging a foul ball down the third base line to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, that's high and out to work the count full at 3-2. One away, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th for the Raiders. Still down 2-1. And the payoff pitch is called strike 3 on the inside corner. And Gallegos down on strikes. And that will bring up Cam Etherington, who moved out to left field after Crawlett came in to pitch in the third inning. First pitch to her is high and out. Etherington flew out to the right fielder Harper back in the second inning. Looking to get something going with 2 away. And the 1-0 pitch is in. Actually, take that back. A called strike 1. One and one is the count, and here is the 1-1 pitch. That's a swing and a miss on a good-looking breaking ball from Rogers. So Etherington falls behind 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch is close, but a called ball to even the count at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch from Rogers, swinging a line drive in right center field that's going to fall for a base hit. So Etherington aboard with the single with 2 away. And that will bring up the left fielder, Sydney Isom. Actually, she is not the left fielder anymore now that Etherington's over there. Nonetheless, she's trying to get something going here for the Raiders. She has a runner on. We'll see what she can do with it. And the first pitch to her is a ball high and away. So 1-0 the count to Isom in a crucial situation here for the Raiders as she takes ball 2. So Rogers falls behind 2-0 to Isom. Runner on first, 2 away. Bottom of the 4th inning. 2-0 pitch is a ground ball foul. Jen Bovey on deck. Top of the order waiting for the Raiders if Isom can get on base. And the 2-1 is a fly ball into center. Thomas ranging in, and she will make the catch for out number 3. And we have played 4 complete here in Orange City. We will get you the top of the 5th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
Members of the Raider Athletics Association support Northwestern student athletes through gifts that fund scholarships and facility improvements. When you join the team behind the team, you are helping our student athletes continue to stand out. Join today. Go Raiders!
And welcome back to Orange City. Hey, Raider fans, help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletic Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciiowa.edu/join-RAA to join today. And we're about set for the top of the 5th inning, and leading off for the Lancers will be Taylor Woolley. And Woolley got thrown out on a sac bunt in the 2nd inning. Looking to get something going here for the Lancers as she looked to bunt there, pulled it back, but it's a strike anyway. And the 0-1 pitch is inside, didn't miss the inside part of the plate by much, and that'll even the count at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is skied in the infield. And Grotwald calling for it, and she will make the catch for out number 1. So one quick out here in the top of the 5th. That will bring up the right fielder, Reagan Harper. And Harper back in the 2nd, grounded out to Grotwald at short. Been a quick moving game, a low scoring game so far as a called strike 1 to Harper. Mount Marty got both of their runs in the top of the 2nd inning. Northwestern responded with a run in the bottom of the 3rd, and we are at a 2-1 score. And the 0-1 pitch is a ground ball over to Grotwald, and her throw to first is in time for out number 2. Couple good plays by Grotwald for the first 2 outs of the inning, and that will bring up the third baseman, Bailey Cortan. And Cortan is 0 for 2, actually 2 pop-outs so far, as she hits that one foul and out of play. And in both of her at-bats, Cortan has actually popped out to Strasser over at second base. And the 0-1 pitch is a fly ball in a shallow right. Strasser ranging over. Giordano will call her off and make the catch for out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Raiders. We'll see if they can get their bats going in the bottom half of the 5th inning. You are watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
My goal is to praise God with the gifts He has given me to play the sport I love. Your support helps me be a part of the winning tradition of Red Raider Nation. Thank you for sharing your gifts with us. Go Raiders!
And welcome back to Northwestern. Hey, Raider fans, Scooter's Coffee is a proud sponsor of Red Raider Athletics. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And we're getting ready for the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Raiders have the top of their order due up. The Bovee, Grotwald, Giordano to start the bottom half of the 5th. And it looks like we do have a new pitcher here for the Lancers as well. It is Marina Vornhagen, the senior out of Kearney, Nebraska. And I will get you some numbers on her. As the first pitch to Bovee is a strike in the inside corner. Vornhagen, this will be her 18th appearance. She has a record of 9-2, 6 complete games. And in 88 innings pitched, she has an ERA of 3.10. And the 0-1 is a ball outside. She has given up 39 earned runs, 89 strikeouts, and 33 walks. A returning honorable mention all-conference selection from last season as well. So that's a fly ball into right. Harper ranging over into foul territory, and she'll make a good catch in foul territory for out number 1. And that will bring up the shortstop, Madison Grotwald. Grotwald 0 for 1. Grounded out to the pitcher back in the 1st. And then laid down a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. And the first pitch to Grotwald is a strike on the outside corner. Brings the count to 0-1. And she'll try to lay down the bunt down the first base line, try to avoid the tag, but it was put on her for out number 2. And with 2 away, that will bring up Bree Giordano. And Giordano, 1 for 2 on the day, in this game, I should say. Grounded out to short back in the 1st, and then she had a RBI single back in the 3rd first pitch to her is a strike on the outside corner. A 1-1 count to Giordano, and that is fouled away for strike 2. So Vornhagen for Mount Marty has come in, gotten a couple quick outs in the Raiders' top half of their order. Giordano looking to change that, faces an 0-2 count here. Here is the 0-2 pitch, and that was low for ball 1. So 1-2 count. We'll see what Giordano can do here. And the 1-2 pitch is high, evens it up at 2-2. We'll see if she can get on for Gwen Michelson. She's 1 for 2 in this game so far. And Michelson went 2 for 3 in the first game, so a hot batter right now as Giordano takes ball 3. And I'll admit that did not miss by much. Nonetheless, a 3-2 count with 2 away. And the 3-2 pitch, swinging a line drive, and it's caught by the first baseman, Amezka. Good reaction time and a great play by Amezka for out number 3. We've played 5 complete here in Orange City. We will get you the top half of the 6th inning after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
You belong at Northwestern. You'll be equipped for your career, for God's call on your life, for success, for significance, because you'll be a Raider, and Raiders stand out.
And welcome back to Northwestern College. Hey, Red Raider Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: Premier Communications, Even Engelhoven Insurance Agency, Kaspersky Ace Hardware, Diamond Vogel Paint, Iowa State Bank, Pepsi of Siouxland, Northwestern Bank, Orange City Health System, Scooters, and American State Bank. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. 2, 3, and 4 due up here for the Lancers. Abigail Thomas, Carly Arnold, and Kelly Amezka. And a Thomas 1 for 2. Popped out to the shortstop back in the first, and then she reached on an infield single back in the third and eventually stole the base. First pitch to her is a ball to bring the count to 1-0. Raider infield playing in on the slap hitting Thomas. And she takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Evens it up at 1-1. And the 1-1 off the bat, foul. And I think Thomas wanted to hold back there. Couldn't get the bat back in time. It's a 1-2 count. And the 1-2 pitch, that it's a ground ball foul down the third baseline. And we will try the 1-2 count once again. And that's a fly ball, and Grotwald catches it for out number 2. So 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. And that will bring up the catcher, Carly Arnold. She's 0 for 2 so far. And that is a foul ball out of play. Arnold 2 strikeouts so far. And the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, ball 1. And Arnold coming in batting .319, so it's not typical of her to start a game 0 for 2. She's actually also a returning honorable mention all-conference selection from last season as well. So 1-1 is the count. One away, nobody on here in the top of the 6th. And the 1-1 pitch is just a bit outside to bring the count to 2-1. 2-1 the count to Carly Arnold. The 2-1 pitch is a fly ball into center. Kramer ranging over. She will not get there. In fact, that is a home run for Carly Arnold to extend the Mount Marty lead to 3-1. So a solo shot to left center field for Carly Arnold, and the Raiders find themselves down 3-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. One away, and that will bring up the first baseman Kelly Amezka. And the first pitch to Amezka is a strike on the inside corner. Amezka walked in the second, came around to score, and then she struck out back in the third. And the 0-1 pitch is a very long foul ball to bring the count to 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch to Amezka, that is just a bit outside. A little bit high as well, brings the count to 1-2. And Coach Bauman wants to chat with Kralik here a second. Red Raider Athletics would like to thank the following sponsors: the City of Orange City, Demco Manufacturing, Orange City Health System, Pizza Ranch, Trans-Ova Genetics, and BSN Sports. Thanks for being on the team, behind the team. So Coach Bauman talking to his infield as the Raiders look to get out of this inning, only down 3-1. Obviously still manageable to work back from. And Amezka steps back in the box. 1-2's the count, one away with nobody on. And the 1-2, that is a foul ball out of play. And Amezka stays alive. The 1-2 pitch once again just off the plate. 4-2. Evened it up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, swinging a line drive into left field. Isom ranging over. That's going to be another solo shot. And the Lancers extend their lead to 4-1 with back-to-back solo home runs by Carly Arnold and Kelly Amezka. And two back-breaking home runs here for the Raiders. And we'll see if they can try to get out of this inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Janaea Castro. Castro 1 for 2. Doubled in the second, came around to score as she looks at ball 1. She flew out to center back in the fourth. And the 1-0 pitch, called strike one on the outside corner. Counts 1-1, still one away. Nobody on. That's a swing and a miss from Castro. So Kralik works ahead 1-2. And here's a 1-2 pitch, called strike 3 on the outside corner, a much-needed strikeout from Kralik. And that will bring up the second baseman, Elizabeth McGill. And McGill 0 for 2. Grounded out to Bovey at first. And that grounded actually drove in a run. And then she struck out back in the fourth as she looks at strike 1.
We had a guy like that in my hometown. There was a par 4 that kind of dog-legged to the right. And so if you miss right, it goes in there.
And here's the 0-1 to McGill. Called strike 2 on the outside corner. 2 away, nobody on. And the Lancers have tacked on 2 runs here in the top of the 6th inning to extend their lead to 4-1. And the 0-2 is just missing the plate, a little bit low, maybe a little outside. And here's the 1-2 from Kralik. That just misses again. 4-2. Gallegos tried to frame it to get the call, couldn't quite get it. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts after back-to-back solo home runs for Kate Kralik, and we will go to the bottom of the 6th with the Raiders trying to come back from a 4-1 deficit. We'll get you the bottom of the 6th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
Be a Raider. Lead and serve. Be smart and strong. Courageous and faithful. Be great, because excellence honors God and serves others. You belong at Northwestern. You'll stand out here. You'll be equipped for your career, for God's call on your life, for success, for significance. Because you'll be a Raider, and Raiders stand out.
Welcome back to Orange City. And did you know Northwestern is one of only 5 institutions in Iowa that offer a master's degree in physician assistant studies, and the only one west of Des Moines? Raiders stand out. So the Raiders need to dig themselves out of a hole, and we'll see if Gwen Michelson can start that with nobody out as she looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. Michelson 1 for 2. Grounded out to third back in the 2nd as she fouls that one back. She did not miss that one by much. And Michelson also singled back in the 3rd. So Michelson falls behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's high. Brings it to 1-2.
Southwest Kansas, out by Dodge City, Garden City.
Raiders just need base runners here to chip away at this lead as the 0-2 is a fly ball into right. Harper ranging over to her left, and she'll make the catch for outs number 1. So that will bring up Jordan Kramer. And Kramer 0 for 2 so far in this game. Again, Raiders just need base runners as Kramer struck out in the 2nd. Then as she takes strike 1. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 3rd. 0-1's the count here to Kramer. And the 0-1 pitch swinging a line drive that will fall for a base hit. So Kramer aboard with a 1-out single. And that will bring up Emily Strasser. Strasser 1 for 2 on the day. She singled in the 2nd, flew out to left in the 4th. Corners in here for the Lancers. First pitch to Strasser's a line drive up the middle for another base hit. So runners at first and second here for the Raiders. And Gallegos steps up to the plate representing the tying run. And it looks like we might have a pinch runner at first. Yes, we will, for Strasser. And pinch running for the Raiders will be Brooke Zylstra. Zylstra, junior out of Hull, Iowa. So runners at first and second, one away for Chloe Gallegos, who is 1 for 2. Gallegos singled back in the second, struck out back in the fourth. And the first pitch to Gallegos is a strike on the inside corner. Etherington waiting on deck. Isom after Etherington. And a big at-bat here for the Raiders. They need to take advantage of runners on here. As Gallegos looks at strike 2. Brings the count to 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, that's high. Brings the count to 1-2. One away, runners at first and second. Raiders down 4-1. Here's the 1-2, that's fouled back to the screen. Gallegos stays alive. Count remains 1-2. And here's the pitch. That is a line drive that's going to fall for a base hit. Kramer is going to go around to score, and she will. And the Raiders tack on a run and chip away at this lead thanks to an RBI single by Chloe Gallegos. So we have runners at the corners for Cam Etherington. 3 straight singles for the Raiders. As it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner at first. That's Charlie Baumgars. So a big at-bat here for Etherington. Etherington 1 for 2. She flew out to the right fielder in the second inning, then she singled back in the fourth. And here's the first pitch to Etherington. She'll square to bunt. She'll get it down. Run does not score, and they got a runner and a run down. She's going to try to score, and she is safe at the plate. Brooke Zylstra gets under the tag. Mount Marty fans don't like it, but it is a 4-3 ball game after the bunt by Etherington. And there's still runners at first and second with one away. So a 4-3 ball game as the meeting in the circle breaks up here for the Lancers. Sydney Isom at the plate. There's a lot of Mount Marty fans sitting right in front of me, and they were not a huge fan of that call. And honestly, my view from up here, it was a close play. I thought the foot might have gotten underneath there. And that's a swing and a miss from Isom. 0-1's the count to Sydney Isom. Raiders still down 4-3. And she fouls that one back. And we've seen a lot of fight from the Raiders here in the bottom of the 6th. Isom can get on. Bovey's waiting on deck. In fact, the Raider top of the orders waiting on Isom. Still only one away. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So here comes Jen Bovey in a huge spot here for the Raiders. And Bovey 1 for 3. Grounded out to short in the first. She doubled back in the third. As she looks at strike 1 on the outside corner. She flew out to right back in the 5th. This is exactly the batter you want in this situation. And the 0-1 pitch, that is called strike in the inside corner. Bovey falls behind 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, and that is a foul ball right into Mount Marty's dugout. So Bovey stays alive with 2 strikes. And she just kind of poked her bat out at that one to try to get it to foul off. And the 0-2, that's high and away, ball 1. Bovey thought about offering at it, but good thing she did not. Runners at first and second, 4-3 ball game. Raiders have tacked on 2 so far in the bottom of the 6th. 2 away here to Jen Bovey. Here's the 1-2, swinging a foul ball back to the screen. We'll try the 1-2 count again. And the 1-2 pitch, swinging another foul ball back to the screen. Bovey putting together a good at-bat here. Getting a little tense here in Orange City. Fans really getting into it here. And the 1-2 pitch outside. Evens it up at 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. That's low, 3-2. So runners will be going here, 3-2 count, 2 away. So I think really anything hit to the gap here might score 2. And the 3-2 pitch, swinging a foul ball again. And this next pitch will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat here for Vornhagen. And here it is, the 3-2, swinging a fly ball into right field. That's caught by the right fielder, Harper, to put the Raiders away in the bottom of the 6th inning. We've played 6 complete, and we'll get to the top of the 7th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
I came to Northwestern to compete at a high level, get a Christ-centered education, and prepare myself for life after college.
I love the community and alumni support we get at our games.
By joining the team behind the team, you help Northwestern compete for conference and national titles.
My goal is to praise God with the gifts He has given me to play the sport I love.
Your support helps me be a part of a winning tradition of Red Raider Nation.
Thank you for sharing your gifts with us. Go Raiders.
And welcome back to Orange City. Hey, Raider fans, help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletic Association. It's the team behind the team that supports their 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.org northwestern.edu/joinraa to join today.
26 is up to bat, is that correct?
And leading off the top of the 7th inning here in a close 4-3 ball game is Abigail Page. And Page 1 for 2. She doubled back in the second, struck out back in the fourth. Here's the first pitch to her. That is a fly ball to right. Giordano ranging over. She will make the catch for out number 1. Good play by Bree Giordano running to her right into the right center field gap. And a great play on the run by Bree Giordano. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Taylor Woolley. And here's the first pitch to her. That is a strike on the inside corner. And Woolley 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the second. Popped out to Grotwald in the fifth. The 0-1, she'll try to bunt her way on. That goes foul to bring the count to 0-2. So Woolley will be forced to swing away here. And here's the 0-2 pitch. That's high and out for a ball to bring it to 1-2. And the 1-2's high. Evens it up at 2-2. Here's the 2-2. That's low. And Woolley runs the count full at 3-2. Nobody on, one away. Raiders trying to keep the Lancers at 4 here. Let's put them in a good spot in the bottom of the 7th. That's a fly ball on the left. Isom ranging over. That ball is gone for a home run. And Woolley extends the lead to 5-3. And the Raiders will play on here. Obviously, a big spot here to try to hold them at 5. Still, obviously, more than manageable. And that'll bring up the 9-hitter, Reagan Harper. She's 0 for 2, 2 ground outs to the shortstop, and she pops up her bunt, and a good play by Gwen Michelson to secure that one for out number 2. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Bailey Corton. Corton 0 for 3 on the day. Popped out to second back in the first. Actually did it again in the third. She grounds out to Grotwald, who makes a throw in time for out number 3. Raiders have some work to do in the bottom of the 7th. We'll get you the bottom of the 7th after this. You're watching Red Raider Softball on the web.
Members of the Raider Association support Northwestern student athletes through gifts that fund scholarships and facility improvements. When you join the team behind the team, you're helping our student athletes continue to stand out. Join today. Go Raiders.
Welcome back to Northwestern College. Hey, Raider fans, no matter your age or ability, the CNOS Sports Medicine Team can help you stay healthy, prevent injuries, and strengthen your game. CNOS, improving health. And it looks like we will have a pinch hitter to start off the bottom of the 7th. It will be Erica McKinney. And she will look to get something going here for the Raiders, down 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And McKinney McKinney coming into today, batting .258. She has 6 doubles, 10 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .351. Raiders just need a base runner any way they can. Obviously, they need someone on for Bree Giordano, a dangerous hitter. And the first pitch to McKinney's popped up to right field. Harper ranges over to her left, and she'll make the catch for 1 away. So here's Bree Giordano. She is 1 for 3 on the day. Ground out to short in the first, single in the third, and she takes ball 1. And then she lined out to the first baseman back in the 5th. And the 1-0 to Giordano is a strike on the outside corner. One and 1 is the count to Giordano. And that is a fly ball into right into foul territory, and Harper won't get there. And it will land for a foul ball to bring it to a 1-2 count. So 1 away, bottom of the 7th. Raiders down 5-3, nobody on. And a 1-2 count to Bree Giordano. And here's the 1-2 pitch. That is a fly ball into left. Woolley ranging over to her right, and she's going to make the catch for out number 2. So the last out for the Raiders will be down to Gwen Michelson. And Michelson back in the 2nd, grounded out to the 3rd baseman. She singled in the 3rd, and then she flew out to the right fielder back in the 6th. And the first pitch to Michelson is a strike on the outside corner. So Marina Vornhagen works ahead here on Michelson. And here's the 0-1. That's high. Evens it up at 1-1. Jordan Kramer waiting on deck if Michelson can find a way on. And the 1-1 pitch, that is a fly ball foul and out of play. And the Raiders down to their last strike. We'll see if Michelson can make something happen here with 2 away.
Does she? I thought it was 2-0 and
And the 1-2 pitch, that's outside, ball 2. Not a bad spot by Vornhagen. But counts even at 2-2 to Gwen Michelson. And the 2-2 pitch, swinging a foul ball out of play. So the count remains 2-2 to Gwen Michelson. And the 2-2 pitch, outside, ball 3. Michelson runs the count full. Three-two count, 2 away, nobody on, bottom of the 7th. And the payoff pitch. It's a ground ball through for a base hit for the moment. To throw to first is not in time. Michelson gets in there with a 2-out single. So here comes Jordan Kramer representing the tying run at the plate. I believe she did hit a home run in the first game. And again, she's been a hot batter as of late. Kramer 1 for 3, struck out in the 2nd. Fielder's choice in the 3rd, then singled and came around to score in the 6th. First pitch to her, swinging a foul ball. 0-1's the count to Kramer. The 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Raiders again down to their last strike. We'll see if Kramer can make something happen here. And the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Counts 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, that's high and out. Kramer works it to 2-2. Still seeing the Red Raider batters patient at the plate all throughout the game, especially here in the bottom of the 7th. And here's a 2-2 pitch, fouled away back to the screen. Kramer stays alive, keeps it at a 2-2 count. Two count, 2 away, runner at first base. Here's a 2-2 pitch, high and outside. And Kramer runs a count full. Michelson will be running on the pitch. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball over to short, and that's through the glove of the shortstop Castro. So Kramer has a 2-out single, and the Raiders have 2 runners on here for Emily Strasser. And it looks like we're going to have a meeting at the circle. Red Raider Jordan Kramer is a biology health professions major. Did you know our 2021 grads MCAT scores ranked in the top 10% in the world? Raiders stand out. So here's Strasser representing the winning run at the plate. Our returning second-team all-conference selection from last year. She does have 2 home runs on the year. 11 doubles, 33 RBI coming in. So the Raiders have made it interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. Back-to-back singles, and that'll bring up Emily Strasser. She's 2 for 3. 2 singles and a flyout in the 4th as she swings and pops it up in the infield. And the second baseman and shortstop converging. The shortstop makes the catch. That's Castro. And the Lancers take this one, and they will win 5-3 in this one. And we'll go ahead and take a little bit of a break and give you some recap on what's going to happen in the rest of GPAC play. You were watching Red Raider Softball on the web.